All right, we're about ready to get back started here. Second day, the Battle of Waterloo. Independence going to get going pretty quickly here on our second duel of the day. The first duel, Independence defeated Iowa City West in a tight duel, but we're able to get victory. So we have to come back, and we're going to be wrestling Western Dubuque Bobcats. Western Dubuque was able to defeat Davenport Assumption, so we will get things started. So we're going to get going here. We will start 195 pounds with this dual meet. And while we've got a few seconds, we'd like to go ahead and thank our sponsors: Adams Family Furniture, Cliff Keen Athletics, Cyan Charlie's, Esh and Tarpey Napa, Home Indeed, Iowa High School Sports Network, Indy Mac Club, Shannon Wrestling Tournament, Signs and More, Smith D&L Insurance, and The Predicament. We'll try to pull up our team stats periodically to show them. And up first for Independence, 195 pounds. What we're going to see here. So 195, looks like Western Dubuque is going to report first. 195 to Western Dubuque, at least listed, is Freddie Hosh, a senior. And looks like Independence will bump up Joe Kaiser. Joe Kaiser, a junior, to wrestle Hosh. So Independence and Western Dubuque would have wrestled 2 weeks ago, and with Western Dubuque taking it to Independence. And so Coach Doyle, I think, changing up some of his lineup a little bit to see if we can't make a dent with these guys some. But Kaiser is wrestling DeSoler, is listed here of Western Dubuque. And I don't have that guy listed even on my, I don't even have him listed, so. Both guys. Kaiser had been wrestling 195, went down to a 182 just this week, so kind of used to some of these heavier guys. And right now, tentative, I think, getting going. A little bit bigger guy, does a little bit of a snap. In on a bit of a shot, not quite able to finish that. Solar counters, and the Kaiser doing a nice job of trying to get to those legs and getting some of that offense going. Yeah, and we'll stop. Looks like there's some blood. Guys are bleeding from the forehead here. He's had a little bit of that. I think he's got kind of an abrasion on top of that head and forehead. They've had to get him bandaged up here a few times. So we're going to go ahead and kill our blood timeout. But in this fifth place bracket that Independence is in, is Iowa City West, for which we defeated, along with Western Dubuque and Assumption. Assumption wrestling is wrestling the Iowa City West now. So, all right, I think we have the bleeding stopped and kind of ready to get things started here. So. And we're off. So the Solar wanted to get a heavy collar tie, and it looks like he's just trying to shake Kaiser around a little bit. Kaiser doing a nice job of coming inside that collar tie, try to work some of his control on his own. 30 seconds to go, 25 seconds to go here in this first period. The Solar really just trying to shoot in on the legs a little bit, but doesn't change levels, and Kaiser does a much better job of changing the levels, goes in on a blast double, and able to take the Solar down. Not quite able to ride him, and gets into some bad position. Just going to give up one, but not two, and it does give up 1 point escape, but not able to ride the Solar. The Solar gets those hips out, and able to get an escape. The Solar's going to go ahead and choose down in the second period. Joe Kaiser wrestling up 180 from 182 to 195 is leading here 2-1. This is the initial match. The Solar able to get to his feet, and Kaiser goes in on the leg, but not able to maintain control. The Solar into a front headlock position. Kaiser going to give up 1 point. The Solar getting that arm stretched out. Kaiser trying to back out of that. Solar trying to snap him down, and he's going to try and come around. But Kaiser able to shuck that elbow, and not quite able to come around. Solar gets in on the leg once again, gets a takedown. So it looked like Kaiser was going to get that takedown, but just didn't get that leg back. Got to keep a little more mat awareness, and so the Solar gets the takedown, 4-2. Kaiser with his head down, needs to get that head up, and the Solar working that inside cradle. And so Kaiser's smart and getting that belly down. And does get a 1 point. And get things going. I think coaches are wanting Kaiser to kind of step up this pace a little bit and really start to work a little bit bigger guy, use his speed and quickness, which he has. 36 seconds to go, second period. Solar fairly content with that heavy collar tie, so hard to get. There's a reshot by Kaiser. Solar got a little lazy, and Kaiser able to get a reshot, but big guy at 195 pounds is giving a lot of front headlock pressure and not quite giving up. So Solar does a nice job of trying a little pass by on the edge of the mat, but the official felt that no takedown. So it's a 4-3 match. We're going to go back into some blood timeout here. I'm going to play with the team stats. There shouldn't be too many. It is our initial an opening match, but so we'll get this blood stopped and see if we can't get back to some action. So 195, we'll move on to 220 here at the end of this match. So close match, 4-3, 10 seconds to go, 9 seconds actually, and the Solar gets with 7 seconds to go, is able to toss toss. Kaiser, he just kind of has an elbow trapped and does a toss and gets a 2-point takedown. The question is just whenever the time ran out. So he definitely got a 2-point takedown. Had some pretty quick back points. He was on his feet at 7 seconds ago, so I presumably could have given up a 3-point near fall. So they're going to get a 2-point near fall. So DeSoler scoring 4 points in the last 7 seconds of that match, and so points at the end of match, the end of the periods are critical points. So we'll get going here on the third period, again after a little bit more blood. I don't think Kaiser's bleeding from his nose. So kind of a quicker turn of events. We had a 4-3 match with 7 seconds to go in that second period. Solar hits Kaiser with a little bit of a headlock and takes him to his back and gets a 2-point near fall. So Kaiser has some work to do now. Solar giving just some forward pressure, trapping that arm. And Kaiser looking to have some hand control. There he is. Solar really just pulling him back, getting his chin into that shoulder. Kaiser's got the hips up, needs to keep him moving. Once he gets those hips out, really needs to probably just keep running it. But we're going to have a blood timeout. So Kaiser having a hard time here, getting that nose to quit bleeding and forehead. So after 3 days of wrestling, sometimes that happens. So would have had 3 dual meets on Thursday night, 3 on Friday, and this is our second dual meet today. So we'll have 9 dual meets over a span of 3 days. So a tendency to be beaten up a little bit at that point. After the Battle of Waterloo, there's a fair break. I don't think the next scheduled contest, I believe, is about January 4th. So it gives the wrestlers a little bit of time to kind of heal up. About ready to get back into some action. 1:40 to go here, third period. And Kaiser has that hand control, trying to get his hips underneath him. DeSoler really keeping a lot of forward pressure, so making it difficult to come up. Kaiser doing a pretty good job of getting into a sit-out position. And from here, he did get pulled back and sucked back before. He kind of slowly gets sucked back again. And DeSoler staying on his toes and looking to get a fall. And has Kaiser fairly well flat and gets the fall. So really a pretty good match until the last minute or so, and we kind of went downhill. Unfortunately gave up a fall to start this. So Western Dubuque takes a 6-0 lead in this dual meet. And we're on to 220, where we have Independence has Hunter Crawford, and Western Dubuque will have Simon, so Schmidt is who they list up there. Again, isn't on my schedule, so I don't know. But a quick low single by Crawford, and quickly in on a double leg. So it takes that 2-0 lead. Crawford been getting after it here. Doing a nice job this tournament, hitting those low sweep singles and bringing Schmidt back to the mat with some violence. Has a heavy arm bar on him, and doing a really good job of Schmidt's trying to get those hips in the air, and so Crawford works to work those hips left and right and trying to get him over. So they're going to stop it. They thought Schmidt's arm was past 90 degrees. But Crawford in on that ankle pick, and again try to drive Schmidt down to the mat, does so, and comes up, covers the hips, double inside wrist. A lot of pressure. Crawford been wrestling and putting a lot of pressure on Schmidt, which I think is usually a matter of time until we get good things to happen. So Schmidt gets those hips up in the air. Crawford rolls through, trying to catch him in a tilt. And now he's got Schmidt's arm once again, and has head tight, and that's going to probably, Schmidt's still fighting, but Crawford's been all over Schmidt here in this first period. Crawford trying to get Independence back on track here with a team score. Schmidt continues to try to fight, and but there he gives up the fall. So Hunter Crawford doing a great job coming out, being aggressive on a really nice sweep single, and taking the Schmidt down, working him on several pinning combinations, and finally got him over and got the fall. So it does a really nice job for Independence once again. Now we're back tied up 6-6. On to heavyweights. Heavyweights for Independence will, of course, be Drew Davis, and for Western Dubuque, it's Simon Wrestler, and he's listed as 220 pounds in the. But I'm not sure if that's where he's listed, but he's wrestling heavyweight here today. So Evans has that underhook, and which means wrestler has the overhook. Shoots in on tries to get in on a single, and drops in, but there we go. Evans does a nice job, gets a cross body, and is able to get wrestler down. Takedown, and had him trapped on his back, not able to keep him there. Does get a 3-point near fall. So good start to this match by Drew Evans. If Evans can stay in on the offense, he can do pretty well. But so off the whistle, wrestler tries to get into a switch, and gets out for a 5-1 match. So we'll get things going here. Sorry, so it's a good start. 5-1, we're going to 27 seconds to go. Evans staying in a pretty good position, trying to block off Wrestler. Wrestler a little bit smaller than listed at 220, so Evans needs to continue to do what he's doing now, which is using his strength and power, stay in the good position, and which he usually does. He has pretty good footwork, and usually will stay in pretty good positions. Could be into the first period there, and our Towel boys are having a little rough time of getting things done quite right. So we'll get in the second period. Wrestler going to choose in the down position. And up he goes, and Evans not able to keep hand control, so Wrestler gets an escape. Now it's a 5-2 match. And he's quickly in. There, quickly in. Wrestler kind of a little out of control at times, and trying to throw Evans a little bit of a headlock, and kind of slipped off, and so Evans does a really nice job of taking him down. Just pass by and taking him down to extend that lead to 7-2. So, hey, so there should be a takedown. As I say, the official, I didn't think we granted a an escape. I think the official wanted to kind of warn wrestlers. The wrestler is able to get to his feet and get the escape. So 7-3. Evans is going to try to keep that heavy collar tie, pummel in, keep his chest close, and he's got a little bit of an underhook on that right underhook. Sometimes he does a nice shuck by and drops in on the single. Wrestler trying to get his hips turned and throws Evans in a over-under lateral drop straight to his back. Pretty quick move, and caught Evans a bit flat-footed, kind of stepping in, and gives up the fall. So leading 7-2, and Evans gets in an over-under position and gets thrown in a lateral drop, which looked like that's the what the wrestler was trying to do the whole time. But Evans really fought valiantly and just didn't come out on top on that one. So makes Western Dubuque take the lead again, 12-6. We're on to 106. Where last time out we certainly would have forfeited there. We have Brock Eldridge at 106 against Byerman of Western Dubuque. Byerman in on a double leg shot, turns the corner, gets 2-point takedown. Nice low shot, controlling those lower legs for Byerman. So Byerman quickly getting that far elbow and getting into Butcher's situation, getting Eldridge, getting his shoulders turned, and getting close to getting a fall here. Byerman, Eldridge trying to fight off his back, but he has both those arms wrapped up tight, and there's the fall. So gave up the fall at 106, and on to 113 pounds. 118 pounds for independence is going to be Thomas Madison, and for Western Dubuque will probably be Jack Schuler. Nope, listed as kid. They have more people listed or not listed on these Western Dubuque, but so Madison quickly getting a 2-point takedown, keeps that far elbow, and got to be careful here. He's kind of missing coming around front, but gets into an Oklahoma situation and gets Kidd turned, and he's going to be on top with quite a bit of time left here, 1:30, and doing a good job staying on his toes, lifting that head, and Kidd fighting it, but Thomas Madison coming out, dropping in on that single leg, and gets an Oklahoma, gets a fall. Thomas Madison having a really nice day today, coming out and getting things done at 113 pounds. He actually had a great day yesterday against some really good competition, for which he led in all 3 of his matches against ranked kids, and unfortunately it didn't come out on the top, but with some good stuff. But 120 pounds, Independence has an open weight, so they will get the Western Dubuque gets some forfeit there. So on to 126 pounds. 126 pounds, and it's going to be Cortez of Western Dubuque, Jared Cortez, 126 pounds, versus Braden Holt, Independence. Braden's been wrestling hard, has shown some flashes of some really good stuff, and obviously, just like all of our wrestlers, some stuff to learn. Cortez comes up and gets an over-under. There's a shot by Holt, and Cortez keeps the over-under and throws Holt in a lateral drop, and Holt does a fabulous job of fighting that off, getting a 2-point reversal and 2-point near fall of his own. So Holt caught pretty good in that lateral drop, but really quickly gets off his back, reverses, and gets a 2-point near fall of his own. So a lot of action and some good stuff here so far. So caution on Holt. Cortez into a sit out, Holt following. Cortez looked like he was going to try a little Granby roll. Holt pretty long and staying over those hips. And so Braden doing a nice job of following. Looked like he was trying to jump into a cradle, but Cordes caught that arm coming in, so he's going to get an escape. And Cordes really just grabbing on stuff and throwing here. And does have a Holt and an underhook, is able to snap him down and get a 2-point takedown. So they did award a 1-point escape and 2-point takedown on that. So Cordes taking the lead 7-4. And Cordes had the arm in an arm bar in the far arm, but had it taken up a little too high, and so we're going to restart after a potentially dangerous situation. So once again, Cordes has that far arm in an arm bar. And actually looking to go in a double chicken wing, and he does have it, and quickly gets a fall. Once he had both arms, Holt didn't have a lot of things that he could do on that, and got taken over. So we get up a fall there, and makes it 30-12. On to 132 pounds. 132 pounds for Independence is Fisher Crawford. Will be wrestling J.D. Kleesner. And so, again, I don't recall how these two did, but I remember I thought it was a tight match the first time. But Fisher Crawford has had some shown some good things in this tournament, and again, just continuing to learn to wrestle at a varsity level, but showing a lot of effort and a lot of go, which is an important part. Kleesner looking to give collar tie, wants that left elbow in a collar tie, which I don't know if he likes a carry, or it looks like he kind of reaching through, like he might want to hit a carry or a high crotch off that, but pretty hard to get a high crotch. But there's a little bit of arm drag attempt by Crawford, not able to get that, but nice change up on some hand fighting. There's a shot attempt. Able to get both hands on that leg. And then they come up into at least an underhook on the left side. Again, there's a high crotch attempt, but Kleesner's got that heavy collar tie, so Crawford not able to get the head out to be able to finish that move. It was a half shot attempt by Kleesner, but I think Crawford could have countered that had they not been out of bounds. But 23 seconds to go. Bit of a shot attempt again by Crawford. And Kleesner scores with 4 seconds to go on a pass by. So Independence not really doing what we need to do with these short time left, and allowing some scoring with 5 or 6 seconds left in the period, or giving up points, important periods. So quickly Kleesner gets out and gets an escape that makes a 3-0 match. So Crawford on a nice double leg attempt, but Kleesner has a whizzer in, and has a leg. Crawford did a nice job of changing his level and getting in that double leg, but Kleesner has that whizzer and just not able to finish that. So Crawford keep working some of those things and does change his level pretty well and gets his hip through. It's just a matter of running that and finishing it. And there's a outside single attempt and by Crawford. He's able to, Kleesner is able to get that ankle up in the air and run it and get that takedown. So he extends the lead now 5-0. Kleesner has the chicken wing in and looking to get a far wrist and big steps. Big steps, and we're giving up some near fall points, and 40 seconds to go, and we're going to go ahead and give up the fall. So kind of typical of some of these matches. We're kind of in them, doing pretty good stuff, and then give up some points at the end of a period, and then quickly turn into giving up a fall within the next period. So see if I can get my team stats to come up, and I cannot. So on to 132 pounds. Matthew Doyle of Independence will wrestle Caden Burke of Western Dubuque, and Independence down in this dual meet, 12-36. Doyle doing a really nice job of trapping the elbow and coming through on a short carry, keeping that elbow now, and has Burke on takedown and looking to turn him here on some either fall or near fall. Turns him into what we call Lord, and does a great job pulling him over. Burke's feet in the air, has it pretty tight, and so Matthew Doyle doing a nice job getting the takedown, keeping nice control, and working for the fall and getting that fall. So now it's 18-36, and we're on to 145 pounds for Independence. And 45 should be up Brady Webb, and Brady will be wrestling Elijah Demmer. And first time through, we wouldn't have had Brady in the lineup, so we'll see if this changes any fortune here. Brady has had a couple nice matches yesterday and today, and I think starting to get a little bit more mat grind on him. So Demmer trying a little bit of a pass by, trying to duck under. Webb kind of likes the underhook, and Demmer's kind of blocking him off, not letting him have that underhook on that with that left arm, and so Demmer catches Webb, and with a lateral, or excuse, an arm throw on his own, and both guys are getting their hips moved around. Demmer was the one who got the hips the best, and he's quickly into a half, and gets Webb taken down, now turned over in a half. That's fairly tight. Switches that to a cradle, and Webb in some trouble here, and gives up a fall. So Demmer coming out and getting a takedown into a fall. So quick dual meet as it's either pin or be pinned, and Western Dubuque takes a 42-18 lead. Now we're on to 152 pounds. 152 pounds for Independence. Jared Orr. Orr been wrestling really quite well here in the last few days. Wrestling Kermiski, and Orr quickly into a single leg and looking to finish that. Kermiski has a whizzer in, and Orr looking to sit on that. And they're going to give 2 points to Kermiski on takedown as he's able to get that leg in. And as we're going to come out, we're going to get potentially dangerous. And I think that's a situation where I guess technically the top man does have some position, but I'm not sure that was entirely the case. So he is going to go ahead and let Orr up. So he's going to be Kermiski will be up 2-1 versus Orr, and if Orr can get in on some other shots and get things rolling here. So he's on a 2-on-1 Russian tie, trying to get into single, and Comiskey has a nice reshot on leg of Orr. Orr's trying to get that head stuff and stretch him out. Comiskey, and they're quickly into a stalemate. So back on our feet. And Orr has those underhooks. He likes this situation and has had pretty good luck with this. We can get those hips turned, but not quite able to do it. And gets those underhooks, tries an inside trip, and then is going to get a body throw, but they're on the edge of the mat, so they're not able to do it. Orr into tries a single leg, and Comiskey counters and actually drops in a single leg of his own. Comiskey, a pretty good counter wrestler here. Not really taking a lot of his own shots, but does do a pretty good job of getting some takedowns out of the counter shots. So just got to keep wrestling and keep at it. So Orr down 4-1. We're going to stop and get things restarted. We started at, I believe, 195. And so Comiskey staying over top of Orr's hips and not letting him get out. So Comiskey has a choice. He's going to choose down. Second period starting here. Comiskey going to go ahead and just post off the whistle, or put a lot of forward pressure, staying behind those arms. Able to flatten Comiskey out, getting him belly down. Orr trying to get that cradle locked up, and Comiskey able to get that arm out, and with that is able to get the reversal. So Orr kind of went for it and jumped that side and tried to get that cradle locked up, but Comiskey gets his inside shoulder out and able to get that reversal. Orr is able to get the escape. So it's a 6-2 match here in the second period. So see if Orr can get some of that offense going. He's had some shots and some attempts, and there's Comiskey just kind of hand fighting and winning that battle and just dropping in on the single leg. There he is able to get that far leg and get the takedown. So Comiskey going to go ahead and let Orr back up. And I think Comiskey doesn't feel very good on the mat here, which does give some opportunity to Orr. It's an 8-3 match, and see if Orr can get back into those underhooks. Comiskey probably not going to want to do that. Comiskey does drop in on that single leg again. Orr has had a better whizzer this time, getting those hips back, coming across with the crossface, and going to try to put some pressure on Comiskey's nose with that crossface, and does a good job of getting out of that. Comiskey coming forward. So there's a partial shot attempt, and Orr has that whizzer. Going to keep that tight whizzer. 6 seconds to go. Comiskey trying to get that leg. Orr does a nice job of getting that elbow, and no scores. So Jared Orr continued to really battle here. Comiskey really just had some of the gotten better of him on some takedowns, but that's really all we're at. So it's 8-3, and Comiskey going to go ahead and let him up. So it's an 8-4 match. So get a takedown and we can get within 2 points. So infighting, a lot of pressure, and so Orr does a Comiskey a couple shots, and so Orr gets a stalling warning. Comiskey has been coming for it, but it looked to me like Orr has been fighting it. But Comiskey does a nice job of getting in on those hips and just turning the corner, and just not able to get the takedown. So, and it's going to allow escape, so it'll be a 10-5 as we're here in the third period. There's another shot. Orr does a good job getting those hips back, but Comiskey's pretty salty. Really gets his hips underneath him and continues to try to come up and finish the shot. And Coach Loughran giving some instructions. Comiskey gets that takedown, so it's a 12-5 match. Karimsky has been pretty good here on his feet, and Orr certainly has been battling him, but just coming out on the short end here of some of the hand fighting. But 10 seconds to go. It's a 7-point match, and so if we keep it there, it's just a decision. So stays at a decision, and Orr coming out and battling hard, but it's not able to get to win. So we're on to 160 pounds. Independence will be Seth House, and for Western Dubuque will be Jack Hush, maybe. That's what they have listed, I'm not sure. But they haven't exactly had everybody that they've had listed. So, yep, it'll be Jack Hush. So, see if House can get in on some offense. Hush wanting to get heavy collar tie as well. And House in on a single, and just not able to lift that and get that. Hush in on a front headlock. So House getting in on that leg, just needs to keep running that. Western Dubuque wrestlers, pretty good counter wrestlers. .160 pounds, we'll have 170 and 182 to go. But Western Dubuque in control of this duel. There's a shot by House, and again, Comiskey just content with, not Comiskey, pardon me, Hush, with getting in that front headlock position. So House needs to get control of those hips and turn the corner. House trying to get a 2-on-1 and get that offense. Had some shot opportunities, but just not able to finish those. So. Second dual meet of the day, and as we work our way, and we'll have one more after this. So there's a reshot by House, but not able to complete that takedown. Had a hard time getting through the head hands defense, but stop. I think they're going to eye poke, and so we'll get the action restarted here. 20 seconds to go. This is the golden time. This is when we want to score, and we don't want to be scored on. But so see how this ends. Both guys have had a bit of a shot. There's a better shot by House, and a great takedown. So double leg, able to keep those legs and keep that driving. So a nice takedown by House at the end of that period. Not quite to the end of the period, 6 seconds to go, I guess. But now we want to try to ride this out. Hush quickly up, but House does a good job of getting an ankle pick and is going to go ahead and ride him out. So House up 2-0 this match. And so House is going to defer, and Hush will be in the down position. Start the second period here. And Hush quickly gets a leg posted and gets out. So 2-1 match. Independence struggling here a little bit against Western Dubuque, as we did the first time. So Hush kind of at a partial shot attempt. House is in on a single leg, but not able to, on a reshot, able to get that. .117 to go. Both guys going to just try to have good hand, get some hand fighting and work into some takedowns. So get back started here in the middle of this mat. 1 minute to go in second period, halfway through this match. House leads 2-1. Takedown with Hush getting an escape. Hush has a bit of a high crotch attempt, but House now is at 2-on-1. Hush is backing kind of off the edge of the mat. So better shot attempt, but not able to quite get those hips through on House. Hush gets him in a front headlock type situation, and there's a shot by Hush, but House is able to get those hips back and counter it. Hush into a heavy collar tie. House is going to go ahead and get into a 2-on-1, try to get in a Russian tie, but 22 seconds to go, and there's a shot by Hush and a counter shot by House. So 16 seconds to go, second period. There's a partial shot attempt by Hush, and so we're going to get out of the second period. Still 2-1, and House should have his choice. Looks like he's going to choose down. So needs to get to work here and get that 1 point escape and keep going on the offense. So House comes up. Hush giving a lot of forward pressure. House is able to get that escape, and so it does take the lead. And there's a shot. House got to stay on the offense. He has another partial shot attempt, so leads this one 3-1. There's a partial shot and there's a reshot. So both wrestlers kind of working here, but 1:32 to go in the third period. Yeah. And there's a shot by Hush. He's in on the leg on House. House needs to. He's near the out of bounds. Needs to keep that whizzer, and he does so. Does a good job of fighting that off. Now he's got to get in there and get on the offense on his own. There's a shot attempt as well, but they were both stepped out of bounds, and so I think Coach Loughran is encouraging House to get on his own offense, which he needs to. So that's the defense is an offense. 3-1 match, 1 minute to go, and now House is gonna get a warning, and been a little bit complacent here in the last minute. So 1 minute to go. Does have a warning, so really needs to get on this offense. And an underhook there and get that pass by. There's a shot attempt. He does have the single leg and is able to step through and get that takedown. So does a great job of getting that leg and getting that takedown. Takes a 5-1 match lead. So needs to try and ride him out here a little bit. So House, once he went back on that offense, got a little bit better, and so Hush is stepping over that leg, so he's going to get out. So it makes a 5-2 match lead. And there's a shot by Hush. House is working him, getting that head down. So he needs to keep circling, stay in the middle, getting on the offense, and get some shots of his own. So keep that offense going, stay in the middle. There's a shot by Hush, and able to get the takedown on House. It's between the legs, and so he's going to cut House free. So it's a 6-4, 20 seconds to go. House needs to stay on this offense. Can't. He's in there. He's got the underhooks. That's a good job there of shooting in on a double leg. Smart to kind of work that. So 4 seconds to 5 seconds to go. Just needs to keep those hands down and stay out. So good match. Seth House, I think, lost to Hush earlier with that, so comes back and beats him 6-4. So kept on the offense, so that helps our team score a little bit, and gives us see where we're at here. Cole Davis going to win by a forfeit at 170, and so that'll take us 27-45, and they are at 182, and I believe we're going to go ahead and forfeit at 182 as well. So that's going to be the end of the dual meet. And so Independence does go down to Western Dubuque. And a little more competitive match than we had the first time around. We do 51-27, but we'll move on and we'll wrestle Assumption, who's in a tight duel right now with Iowa City West, but we will wrestle Assumption and in the last duel of the day. It's scheduled for 1 o'clock. Certainly will be before that, and it's going to be likely closer into the 12:30 or even 12:20 range. Actually looking at my clock and seeing where we're at here. Yeah, it's certainly probably it'd be 12:15 even. So we'd like to thank our sponsors once again. We didn't get a lot of chance to do that, but Adams Family Furniture, Cliff Keen Athletics, Cy and Charlie's, Esh and Tarpey, Napa, Home Indeed, Iowa High School Sports Network, the Indy Mag Club, Shannon Wrestling Tournament, Signs and More, Smith D&L Insurance, and The Predicament.